Conditional stage 2 audit explained clearly, without panic. There is a very specific shift that happens the moment a provider realizes they require a conditional stage 2 audit. It's that quiet pause when you reread the registration requirements and think, right, this just got real. Because stage 1 feels manageable. It's documents, it's policies, it's uploads. Conditional stage 2 is different. It's someone walking into your organization and asking, show me how this actually works. And this is where I see providers divide into two camps. The first group says, this is overkill, we're good people and we care. The second group says, what exactly are they looking for and how do we prepare properly? Only one of those groups moves through the process smoothly. Let's be clear about something up front. A conditional stage 2 audit is not a punishment. It is not a random inspection. It's not a trap. It exists because you deliver higher risk supports. And when supports are higher risk, verification has to move beyond paperwork. If you deliver high intensity daily personal care, specialist behaviour support, restrictive practice, early childhood, therapeutic supports, certain specialist disability accommodation services, then the Commission has an obligation to confirm those supports are delivered safely. Not assumed, confirmed. This isn't about whether you have policies. It's about whether those policies live inside your operations. And if your systems are structured, this audit does not destabilize you. If your systems exist mainly in conversation and memory, this is where pressure appears. So today, I'm going to walk you through exactly what a conditional stage 2 audit is, what it involves, and how to prepare without stressing. Because prepared providers don't rush, they sequence. A conditional stage 2 audit is a limited scope on-site audit required by the NDIS Quality and Safeguards Commission when a provider delivers a certain higher risk supports. It's called conditional because it only applies to specific registration groups. It focuses on the modules relevant to those supports. It's narrower than a full scope stage 2 audit. It sits within the NDIS registration process and renewal cycle. Here's the key difference. Stage 1 audit is a desktop review. Documentation is assessed. There's no on-site verification. Conditional stage 2 is an on-site assessment. It's implementation verified. It's evidence of practice required. Stage 1 asks, do you have this? And stage 2 asks, are you actually doing this? That distinction matters. Where providers get caught is not in bad intent. It is operational looseness. Policies written once and never operationalized. Incident processes that exist on paper, but staff cannot confidently explain them. Restrictive practice authorizations that are technically filed, but not actively monitored. Training records, incomplete or scattered across systems. Behaviour support plans that are present, but not clearly reflected in daily notes. None of these feel urgent in everyday operations until someone asks to see them. And here is the practical reality. During a conditional stage 2 audit, an NDIS approved quality auditor will attend your office or service site, interview directors, interview workers, sometimes interview participants or representatives. They will review participant files, incident records, training documentation, worker screening, behaviour support plans, risk assessments, service agreements. They may observe service delivery and they will ask staff questions like, how do you report an incident? What happens if a restrictive practice is used? How is participant choice upheld? How do complaints get managed? If your staff hesitate, if answers differ, if documentation does not align with the explanation, that is where findings emerge. Not because someone is trying to fail you, but because inconsistency signals risk. And the Commission's responsibility is participant safety. Higher risk supports require stronger verification. That is the operational truth. So what does strong preparation actually look like? It's not printing more policies. It is operational readiness. So start here. First, review the relevant NDIS practice standard modules tied to your registration group. Not all of the modules, the ones specific to your high-risk supports. Understand exactly what you are being assessed against. Second, ensure policies are implemented. That means staff must understand them, not memorize them, just understand them. If I ask your worker, how do you manage restrictive practices? They should confidently describe the process. Thirdly, audit participant files internally. Check for signed service agreements, risk assessments, behaviour support plans where required, evidence of participant involvement, and clear progress documentation aligned to plan goals. Fourth, review your training records. Are required competencies current? Is evidence documented? Can you demonstrate staff are qualified for the supports they deliver? And fifth, test your systems. Ask yourself, can we show evidence of continuous improvement? Can we demonstrate how risks are identified and escalated? Are incidents reviewed and learned from? Does leadership monitor compliance proactively? Because here is what auditors look for: not perfection, structure, consistency, oversight. The strongest providers treat compliance as an operational system, not a paperwork task. And when that mindset exists, audits become verification, not interrogation. And here is one next step. Conduct a mock implementation review, not a document review, an implementation review. So pick one high support you deliver and ask, if an auditor walked in tomorrow, could we demonstrate in real time how this is safely governed? Interview one staff member internally. Review one participant file. Trace one incident process from start to finish. Don't try to fix everything. Just assess reality. Because conditional stage 2 audits are not designed to catch you out. They are designed to confirm that high-risk supports are delivered safely. Restrictive practices are lawful and monitored. Behaviour supports are properly governed. Participants are protected. Providers with structured systems, trained staff, and clear leadership oversight typically move through this smoothly. Providers relying on informal processes struggle, and the difference is rarely heart, it's structure, and structure is a leadership choice. If you want grounded, clear breakdowns of how compliance actually works without panic and without noise, hit subscribe, because regulation isn't going away, but scrambling can, and steady providers build steady systems.